to Alabama Live. Hey, this holiday season is right around the corner, and you've got a chance to spread some holiday cheer this Christmas. The Salvation Army needs help with those red kettle campaigns, you know, the bell ringers we see in all the stores. This is Captain Thomas Johnson, who is brand new to the Montgomery area with the Salvation Army. Welcome to the River Region, first of all.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm still getting my feet wet here in Montgomery, but we are up for the challenge.
Well, I think it's going to be great, and what a way to kick off your time right here in Montgomery, then kick off the Red Kettle campaign. This is huge. Talk a little bit about how important this campaign is to what the Salvation Army does.
This is very important. Every year, 365 days a year, the Salvation Army doors are open to help those in need. And so our goal this year is to raise $200,000 for our area, the River Region. And so these funds are used throughout the entire year. So when folks come through our doors, we want to be able to say yes, whether it's food on the table, whether it's a light bill, a water bill, rental assistance. We want to be able to say yes, and these funds be able to do that. These funds go beyond Christmas. It's more than the kids that we see that need assistance at the Angel Tree time. It is beyond just this year. It's throughout the entire year.
Yeah, that's good to mention. I think we're all familiar with the bells ringing outside the store doors and the volunteers that it takes. I do want to ask you more about the volunteers, but this year you're implementing a new program. So we'll be seeing a different kind of bell ringer around town this year.
Right. This year we are really looking for volunteers, as we do every year, to go on our website and to register to ring the bell. Make that a family tradition. Families love to get together and say, hey, we're going to go out on this day and we're going to give a few hours at the Red Kettle. Make it a family tradition. But this year as well, we are implementing our Back to Work program. Well, we are initiating this because I was raised up where you work. If you don't work, you don't eat. And so part of this program is a lot of the people that come to us for assistance are having a hard time finding work. And so we want to be able to hire them in as a bell ringer for the season. And at the very same time, we're helping them to keep their food on the table and bring in money. But then we are working with them for those 6 weeks, helping them to secure permanent employment.
So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
You're all the way around.
You're helping your neighbor in need, and you also secure permanent employment at the end of those 6 weeks.
Yeah, what a great program. When it comes to the volunteers, the traditional volunteers, explain what it takes to be a Red Kettle campaign volunteer.
I love dressing up.
Okay.
I love having a good time at the kettle. So dress up as a family. Dress up in a costume. Bring that jolly, that spirit to the people as they're walking through that department store, that Walmart. People need to see the smile on your face. They need to see Jesus looking in you. And so when you're at that location and you're ringing that bell, all it takes is you getting an apron, ringing that bell, and having the spirit. And that's what our community needs. Our community needs a little bit more joy, a little bit more spirit of happiness, and at the very same time, you are helping those in your neighborhood.
I love your idea of making it a family event, a family tradition. We say all the time, sometimes you think you're going into a situation to be a blessing. It turns out that you are receiving an even bigger blessing in return. What are some of the stories you've heard from some of your volunteers?
Just the other day, I was talking to one of our volunteers because we were taking applications for the Angel Tree. And she said, I got to be involved with the Salvation Army because I was down on my luck. I couldn't afford to put food on my kids' table, so I went down to the Salvation Army and I asked for food assistance. And so the Salvation Army said, hey, we're here to help you. And they put together a food box for her. And she is now able to give back to the Salvation Army because in that time she needed assistance. She received it. And so now she said, I got to give back. I can't, now that I was helped and I was benefited and now I'm doing good, I want to now give back. And so she was able to come just a couple weeks ago and to help us do Angel Tree applications. And she says, I will continue to volunteer because of what y'all did for me.
And it all comes full circle.
It all comes full circle.
How can we register to be a volunteer or to be a part of your Back to Work program?
To volunteer with us, you go to registertoring.com. To sign up to be a volunteer bell ringer, you go to register to ring. And you just go right on there and say, I want to be a bell ringer. And you click that button. And if you want to be an employed worker with us, then you can come by our office at 4250 Lomac, or you can go on Indeed.com and apply there as well.
Good deal. Captain Thomas Johnson, thank you so much. Welcome to Montgomery and the River Region.
Thank you so
Look forward
much.
to working with you in the future.
Absolutely.